Events app and request songs. So if you're heading out to the ballpark tomorrow, be sure to load up your playlist. Miss Gina Lynn down the hall in master control here at Riders Field will fire up those song requests as California goes to the bullpen. And Connor Sullivan, the junior righty out of Martinez, California, transfer from the College of San Mateo, comes into the game. Inheriting a 15-1 advantage.
Now, this is an opportunity for Sullivan to come in here and attack the strike zone. There's nothing to be fine about. Go out there and throw as many strikes as you possibly can. You want to get your team back into the dugout. You don't know what the morale is right now with Ohio State. And while they're down, you want to keep them down and attack the strike zone right now.
Well, after a 10-run top of the fifth inning, Ohio State finally gets to go back to the plate, facing Sullivan, who's making his third appearance on the season. He's gone 8 1/3, giving up 3 runs on 10 hits, striking out 7 and just walking 1. So to your point, Harge, this is a strike thrower.
Yes.
First man he faces singles into center field. Tyler Petteroni is aboard.
Still want to keep pumping strikes because they're going to, obviously they're being aggressive and swinging the bat. Continue to throw strikes. Keep your team engaged in the game. That way they can make some plays behind you. As we saw, Ohio State walking a lot of batters never bodes well.
Here's Nick Irwin. In the fifth inning, I promised you the D1Baseball.com scores from both the Pac-12 and the Big Ten. We went over the Pac-12 scoreboard in the top half of the frame that ended up lasting a very long time. Now we've reached the bottom of the fifth. We can go around the Big Ten. Pitch to Irwin. Oof. Fouled off the catcher. Well, Penn State earning a 17-6 win over Wagner today. Michigan falling to Texas Tech. There's some news that Ohio State fans will like. The Red Raiders 10-7 winners over the Wolverines. Irwin lifts at the left, brought in by Burden. That was down at the Shriners Classic in Houston, where the Red Raiders knocked off the Wolverines today. Up in Minneapolis at the Cambria Classic, Maryland falls to Vanderbilt 8-7. In Greenville, North Carolina at the LeClaire Classic, Indiana beats Georgetown 4-3. Purdue 17-9 winners over Akron. Michigan State beats Charleston Southern 19-10. You had a 15-9 game here earlier, and 19-10 final there between those two ball clubs.
Biggest question is, what was the time of the game? That's the question.
Let's see if our game summary can give us that info. Woo! Off the glove of Scholes. Hendren able to stick with it and make the play. Oakley retired, first base to second base, back to first base.
Nice. We saw that twice this evening where the play never gave up on it. Ball continued to make the move. Second baseman following and making the play. It's outstanding work right there.
Well, I am not seeing a time of game here in this 19-10 affair between Michigan and Charleston Southern. We will keep searching, though. Rutgers beats UNC Greensboro Well, I have that backwards. UNC Greensboro beats Rutgers today, 8-5. We mentioned Penn State beating Wagner. They also beat Dartmouth, 8-2. Northwestern Wildcats continue to struggle mightily. 5-4 losers today against Louisiana Tech. Northwestern's record now at 0-8 on the year. McAllister waiting on the 1-2. Missing outside. What's the worst start you think you've ever been part of in your baseball career?
Maybe the worst that I've ever had was 0-6. Yeah, that's never fun.
In the zone to McAllister. Got him looking. And Ohio State leaves a man stranded at second base. 15-1. California over Ohio State. We're heading to the 6th inning in Frisco. Of the Frisco College Baseball Classic. Yesterday we saw these Golden Bears lose to Oklahoma 9-5, while Ohio State won 8-3 against Mississippi State. Now both of these teams will move to 1-1 on the weekend. And 2 more challenges coming up tomorrow for these respective teams, as Cal will take on a Mississippi State ball club that's 0-2 on the weekend so far, and Ohio State will meet up with the 2-0 Oklahoma Sooners. And after this display of offense by Cal, the Buckeyes may not be too thrilled to see those bats come in their direction from OU tomorrow.
Yeah, that OU team,
those kids can swing.
Yeah, they've definitely been the talk of the tournament thus far by the way that they go about it. They're very aggressive on the base paths. They've got speed for days at all positions, and they take that extra base and not afraid to bunt it. We saw that on both nights so far. They're an impressive team. Let's not forget they were the runner-up in the College World Series last year.
Henry Kazmar, as we're back to the top of the Buckeye order, they'll be followed by Marcus Ernst and Cade Kern. So the way we head into Sunday here at Riders Field, if Mississippi State wins the early game, then that final contest between Ohio State and Oklahoma would be the de facto championship, as Ohio State would have the opportunity to climb to 2-1 on the weekend and drop OU to 2-1, thus reverting to head-to-head. But if Cal beats Mississippi State and then Ohio State were to beat OU, then you get into the run differential issue with the 3 tied teams. Of course, all of this is forgotten if OU wins tomorrow. 3-0, pretty simple. They're your champions. Green under it.
Nice swing right there with a line drive to center field. Nice short stroke. Like I said, you're still not giving away any at-bats.
Pinch hitter for Ohio State, Caden Kaiser, will step in from the left side. The redshirt junior out of Lewis Center, Ohio.
Number 21, Caden Kaiser.
And Ohio State with more action in the pen. Wyatt Loncar waiting to enter.
Fastball by Sullivan right there, getting ahead.
That's a Whataburger foul ball.
Kaiser, a 2-time academic all Big Ten selection, has 5 ABs in here this 2023 season. One hit.
Get himself something to hammer right here.
Kaiser can't catch up with that.
Tried, though.
87 miles per hour out of the hands of Connor Sullivan.
Your attention,
Yeah, I can
please.
pull his head.
Hitter for the Buckeyes.
Good cut, though.
Pinch hitting in the
Lot to work with right there.
Number 7, Cade Kern, now batting. Number
Another
1,
pinch hitter for Ohio State is Joey Aiden, as Bill Mazziello continues to give players opportunities in this lopsided game. Aiden, a redshirt junior out of Bentonville, Arkansas.
Coming in aggressive, though. Getting his opportunities, as you said, making the most of it. Coming off cold, but knowing that you got a chance to get a knock right here.
One hit and 4 at-bats for him so far this season. Got in one game against UConn and then against Grand Canyon last weekend. As Ohio State continues to crisscross the country here in the early portion of the season. Played UConn down at the Snowbird Classic in Port Charlotte, Florida, and then went to Grand Canyon for a 3-team event. Aiden goes down looking. A pair of strikeout victims for Connor Sullivan to end this 6th inning. We're heading to the 7th. California leads Ohio State 16-1 at the Frisco College Baseball Classic. Seeing the Golden Bears make their way to Omaha, all the while the program raising enough money to keep it alive. And here we are in 2023. This Golden Bear program is strong as ever, up 16-1 on Ohio State at the Frisco College Baseball Classic, their second appearance in this prestigious tournament.
Yeah, they got a lot to be proud of today, that's for sure.
Well, the run rule is in effect tonight. 10-run lead after 7 innings, and we've reached the bottom of the 7th. So Ohio State would need to put up some runs here. They've only done that once so far this evening, and that was thanks to a solo home run by Marcus Ernst that got wet in the 4th. Not off to a good start here in the bottom of the 7th as Hank Thomas was due up in the order. I don't think we were notified of the pinch hitter, but nonetheless, he goes down. Mr. Robinson, the victim.
You know, in this situation when you're coming off the bench, you have to be aggressive at the plate. There's no time to be sitting around. You're not really taking a lot of pitches because you're not close enough for you to have to work the count. So as a hitter, I'm getting my reps in right now.
This is Matthew Gravelin fouling that one off to the right side over towards that Cal bullpen. Everybody has retreated back to the dugout. Nobody needs to hang out there anymore.
So like Sullivan, you got this. Run with it for a while.
Gravelin pops into right center. Green makes the grab.
Told him right off the jump, I got it.
Number 42, Tyler Petterini.
And Ohio State down to its final out. Sullivan trying to finish off the Buckeyes and put a quick end to this one.
Still painting the corners, too. That's the impressive part about it.
Tyler Petterini struck out looking in the 2nd, singled in the 5th. This time grounds it to the right side. Tag applied. by Scholes, and that will do it. A run rule victory for California, 16-1 over Ohio State. An impressive display of offense from the Golden Bears, and Cal's pitchers also shutting down the Buckeyes tonight, Mike.
Yeah, that was very impressive performance. They attacked early, and the pitching was phenomenal. A bunch of strikes, a lot of players being able to make plays behind them, and if you can stay in the zone, it gives your team a chance to advance, and that's exactly what Cal was able to do. Put up a bunch of runs, got to see some home runs, got to see some excellent pitching. It was fun to watch these guys get after it.
Well, no one better than Scholes. 7 runs batted in on the evening, a night worthy of fireworks here in Frisco for California. Crawford added 3 RBI of his own. Well done, and the Bears get to 1-1 on the weekend. Short turnaround. They'll get Mississippi State tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central Time. Going back to those club